Ladies and gentlemen, it's a big, weird, wild world out there, folks, and here we stand. Al pie del cañón, ready for anything. I'm Rob, that's Dan, and you're listening to...
The ProBoh Show!
Good morning, everyone. It's Monday, 22nd of June. Be careful out there if you're living here in Spain. It is hot out there. Dude, yesterday, Dan... 37 degrees, my dude. How did you fare this weekend? Did you get on okay?
It was very hot. I couldn't sleep.
Yeah, it was the worst. So you didn't sleep very well last night?
No.
No, me neither. Me neither. I'm operating on very little sleep. But the weekend was good?
Yes, it was good.
Mine was amazing.
What did you?
Nothing. You know, I binge watched a reality TV show about surviving in the wild. It was amazing. It was the best weekend ever. Oh, is it wrong that I'm so excited about doing nothing? I also worked on a little project that I'm working on, some writing. But other than that, nothing exciting. By the way, you can join us live on the regular channels. That's twitch.tv/professional bohemian. Let's see who's there right now. We've got BTI here. Says good morning, folks. Good morning, BTI. How are you doing? The bridge is here. Good morning, my beautiful Bonnie Bouncy Bohemians, Bonnie Bouncy Beautiful Bob, and darling dashing Dandy Dan Dan the radio man. Careful with the tip tide. I don't know what tip tide is. It was hot here yesterday. Bridge joining us from Cantabria. Yeah, it was melting here in Madrid. I had the air conditioning on all day. Usually I'm more frugal than that. Summer is the worst season, sorry. Do you agree, Dan?
No.
No?
No, I like summer.
Okay. Well, guess
I like
what?
to suffer, but...
Tomorrow we're going to debate exactly that. Summer is just the worst season. That's tomorrow's unpopular opinion. Yeah, obviously inspired by yesterday's melting heat. I've got more to say on this, but first of all, let me tell you what's coming up on today's show. Today, we asked our 100 humans to name a situation where you are not expected to be honest. A situation where you are not expected to be honest. Nombra una situación en la que no se espera que seas completamente sincero. And today's unpopular opinion is white lies. You know what a white lie is?
Mentiras suaves.
Piadosas, I think you say in Spanish, don't you? Mentira piadosa.
Yes, but I don't think there's a specific...
Okay. So expression for it. So white lies are better than painful truths. Las mentiras piadosas son mejores que las verdades dolorosas. My God. Jeezy Louise. Mike's also joining us here live. Good morning, dear warriors. And this is just the beginning of the summer. I know, dude, we're still in June. What is August going to be like? Like that's handover between July and August, where the temperature just tips. I'm going to a festival, a music festival, Mad Cool, on between the 8th and the I don't know, the 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th, I think. And I'm actually quite worried now. I'm quite worried that my bald head is going to bake in the Spanish sun. Riptide, sorry, I thought it was your glasses, but no, it was my spell check. Bridge, your spell check. Between your spell check and my glasses, we're practically improvising this show. Mentira piedosa, remember, I have been here longer than Dan too. Most of our listeners, Dan, have been in Spain longer than you. And that's including me, and I'm not Spanish. Oh dear. So if you want to be as cool, as sexy, as charming, as influential, as impactful, as intellectual as our amazing, look, the alliteration is it's contagious, as our amazing live audience, where you can also join me on my my Twitch, where you can join in the show live, express your opinions, and have me be the conduit of your opinions. Twitch.tv/professional bohemian. That's Bohemia Profesional, pero in English. Remember that, because that's also my Instagram handle, where you can join in with the show and interact with us all here outside of our lifetimes, which is at Professional Bohemian. And of course, on my Patreon, you get access to special series that I've made. Many other things. So that's patreon.com/professional bohemian. Bohemia profesional, pero en inglés. Worth mentioning again, actually, that the Patreon is free. And there is tons of stuff up there for free for you to just go there and access right now. I believe my the series that I made of my journey on the Camino is free up there for everyone to enjoy. Anyway, let's see what else is being said. If the ProBoh Show isn't back after Mad Cool, we'll understand. Well, I have actually got those days off, including the Monday. There you go, Dan. There's some good news for you. Work from home days. I'm sure they'll end up being.
No, because there will be no excuses.
Claro, Dan. Maybe you could make a deal with Fitz. I don't know. I know what Fitz is like. You're going to end up going in. Sorry. Anyway, so Vero here. Vero's with us. Good morning, beautiful Bohemians around the universe and beyond. I hate being late. No problem. The most important thing is that you're here. All right, should we get into some news? Given that we're talking about the heat, I was going to leave this for tomorrow, but let's get into it today. Why not? Because I don't want to tip the scales too heavily tomorrow in favor of one opinion or the other. The end of summer holidays to Spain. Bom, bom, bom. As temperatures could hit 50 degrees in the next decade. El fin de las vacaciones de verano en España. Ya que las temperaturas podrían alcanzar a los 50 grados en la próxima década. Let me ask you a question, Dan. What percentage of the Spanish economy do you think is tourism, domestic and international tourism?
I think, first of all, what's domestic tourism?
That's people from Spain traveling around Spain.
Okay. Well, I think most of it, 60% maybe.
12.6. Yeah. I was kind of shocked that it wasn't more as well. I thought, wow, Spanish economy, its lifeblood is tourism. But 12.6 in 2024. But still, I mean, not a negligible number, right? 10% of, over 10%. 12% of the economy relies on tourism, and some parts of Spain may become inaccessible due to the heat. Let's dig into this. Summer holidays in southern Europe may be heading for a major rethink, according to experts cited by iNews. Parts of Spain, Portugal, Greece, and other Mediterranean destinations could experience temperatures of 50 degrees within the next decade, with some warning that threshold could arrive even sooner. We're getting Madrid's going to hit the mid-40s, isn't it? The end of July. I find it hard to believe we're hitting 37 degrees in mid-June, and mid-July we're not going to be, or the end of July we're not going to be hitting the mid-40s. Come on. And with temperatures above 40 degrees appearing earlier in the year, the traditional July-August holiday season is becoming less appealing and potentially less safe for travellers. Dan, you a beach or a mountain person?
Mountain.
Me too. I had this conversation with the lady yesterday because she's a beach person, and I said, "Hey, the mountains are beautiful, cooler temperatures." You know what she said, Dan? You can look at the mountains from the beach.
Not everyone is perfect.
Not everyone's perfect. Yeah, I'm a mountain person too. Anyway, the shift is already influencing behavior. More tourists are considering spring and early autumn trips instead of peak summer, which, if you ask me, is the best time of year to travel, isn't it? September, April, May. It's a great time to travel. It's off-peak, fewer tourists, usually more better conditions, especially if you're traveling somewhere hot. While interest in cooler destinations such as Iceland, Norway, Slovenia, Switzerland, and Wales are rising. Beyond discomfort, the risks are serious. Extreme heat increases the likelihood of wildfires, health emergencies, infrastructure failures, and travel disruption, and excess deaths. If these trends continue, the classic Mediterranean summer holiday may no longer be the default choice it once was. I have to admit, I'm kind of I mean, I'm not much of the, the traditional Mediterranean holiday. You know what I'm glad that no one's talking about here? The north of Spain. May it remain uncursed by gearies like me travelling up there. Oh, because they live so well, don't they? In the north of Spain, the food is so good. I'm going to the north this summer. I don't know when exactly, but I'm definitely going. Let's see who else is here. Bridge says, we need everybody coming up this way. You need it. Well, there you go. There you go, Dan. Everyone to Cantabria. Where are you going to go this summer? Do you know?
I don't know it yet. No.
Do you think you'll go to a cooler country, or do you think you'll stick around Spain?
I think I'll stick around Spain.
Yeah, me too. Dude, we are so lucky. This is, I mean, I know I spend a great portion of my time on this show picking on you all. But let me be honest with you, it's jealousy. I love this country. I love this country. I never want to go back to where I'm from. You know, the weather, the food, the people, everything. You just got it nailed. And whereas the south may become untenable for a summer vacation, the north beckons. Beckons me, at least. Yeah, I want to take the lady to either Muxía or Finisterre. Two beach locations that I am not only familiar with, but I have a great deal of affection for. Anyway, let's continue. Carmen here says, good morning, dear Bohemians. I hope you had a great weekend. Carmen, I had the best weekend. I did nothing. Did you do things this weekend, Dan? Yeah, to engage in activities?
Well, I went to a concert, but
But you enjoyed that?
Yes.
Okay, good for you, dude. Good for you. I'm now saving up my energy for the festival. Although this weekend, I think on Friday, I've arranged radio beers with my fellow broadcasters. And then the Friday after, there is another cocktail evening that Chris Frank is organising. And then the week after that, the festival. I'm a glutton for punishment. Bridge says, we have beach and mountain here. Remember, I recorded plenty of mountain shots looking inland when I was in Laredo. Yeah, Bridge is very fortunate. Cantabria is a beautiful part of the world. Tourism may only be itself 12% of the GDP, but a lot of industries depend on it. That's true, actually. A lot of industries do depend on it. Yeah, I mean, not only the immediacy of the hotel and entertainment industries, or bars, restaurants, things like that. Then the local food, local farming that goes ahead and feeds that burgeoning tourist industry. Also very, very important. I'm not sure how deep that 12% actually digs into the interconnectedness of a lot of Spanish industries. Let's see. That was from Mike, by the way. Thanks for that, Mike. Vero says, since Daddy passed away, Mom and I haven't gone anywhere, not even our second home. Mom isn't ready yet. I don't think you're ever ready after experiencing extreme grief, Vero. I think it's one of those things where you have to take the plunge and just do it. I think it took me about a year and a half, 2 years from when my best friend passed to actually going and doing the Camino in his honor. But I do recommend you rip off that Band-Aid as soon as possible. It all goes to help the healing, and I'm sure your dad would have wanted you to enjoy the summer. Bridge says, Rob, how are you going to deal with killing all those octopuses? Yeah, I've no idea. But I'm not. Apparently, they're all in Scotland now. Did you hear that news that we did on Friday's show? Apparently, all the octopuses are going north. They're all heading to England, where we don't eat them. Anyway, all right. So sorry. Look, we've been chatting, you and I. I missed you over the weekend. So on that note, let's just go straight to our unpopular opinion.
Unpopular opinion.
Okay, so today we're talking about lies and lying. We all know lying's bad, don't we? We all know lying's bad. Lying's bad, right, Dan? It's not a good thing. Lying's bad thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah, of course it is. Unless we're, trying to maintain the magic for children by telling them about Ratoncito Perez and who obviously exists. Kids, put your earmuffs on. Or Santa Claus or Los Reyes Magos. Unless we're doing that, then lying is bad. I can think of a whole slew of reasons why lying or controlling the truth. I mean, we did lies of omission, didn't we? Not so long ago. Whether a lie of omission was really a lie or not, leaving out information. But the truth is not as plain and simple when we, as it's not as black and white as we would like to think when it comes to acting responsibly in communities. And I think that's where we're heading today with this unpopular opinion, which is white lies, mentiras piadosas. White lies are better than painful truths. Las mentiras piadosas son mejores que las verdades dolorosas. We did something quite like this about 3 or 4 years ago, but instead of painful truths, I used the word brutal truths. And I think, on that show, I know definitely white lies won. But instead of brutal, let's change the wording. Although the idea doesn't change, it's still the same thing. But just with a shift in how we phrase it, if we obtain different results today, I'm going to be interested. What do you think, Dan? White lies, are they better than painful truths?
No.
How do you think they voted on Instagram?
I think they voted no as well.
They actually voted true, Dan. 54% of people said white lies are better than painful truths. I have a lot to say on this, but I'm going to try and kind of play my cards close to my chest and and maybe possibly reveal my actual thoughts in the second half. So yeah, you were wrong, Dan. You were wrong, but that's I would have probably said they'd have voted true as well, false as well. Well, they did indeed vote true. 54% of people voted true today. So let's get into the pro column. Truth. So this saying that white lies are preferable. Truth doesn't require cruelty. Many brutally honest people seem more interested in the brutality than the honesty. White lies can soften unnecessary harm. I mean, here, the problem may be poor delivery, not the honesty itself, right? If a truth hurts you, then I don't think the truth is to blame. I think it's the way the truth was delivered, perhaps. Social life depends on small frictions. Everyday interactions are full of harmless niceties. Complimenting a meal, saying when you're fine when you're not, or expressing enthusiasm you don't fully feel. I mean, I would say if you were to analyze most of your interaction on a day-to-day basis, you would find more white lies than you find honesty. Just flat out honesty. How are you doing? Fine, thanks. Are you fine? Are you actually fine? Are you great? Has the weekend been amazing? Has it really? What did you do? Did you climb Kilimanjaro? Or did you sit your ass on the sofa and watch reality TV? I mean, normal politeness doesn't require dishonesty, does it? I mean, I suppose that would be the rebuttal. Even though they're white lies, it's just politeness. Isn't that just the way we interact? Not piedosas, Rob. Mentiras piadosas. Thank you, Vero, for that correction. Can we get nivelazo for Vero, please?
Vaya nivelazo.
Not every truth is useful. Some truths serve no purpose beyond causing pain, embarrassment, or conflict. Thing is, do we as individuals get the right to choose which truth, which truth is useful to other people? I don't think we do. And plus your reaction to a painful truth doesn't necessarily make the truth intended to cause harm, does it? Not every truth is useful. There you go. Relationships require tact. Long-term relationships often survive because people choose kindness over complete transparency. I'm sure you have friendships like that, Dan. There is a larger-than-life person, and they're just going to react negatively if you lay things out as they actually are. So, instead of choosing the path of, this person needs to know this, you choose the path of peace. Yeah, you know what? Whatever. You're right. Dan's looking at me thinking, yeah, that person is you, Rob. Stop laughing.
I wasn't thinking about you.
All right. Timing matters. A difficult truth delivered at the wrong moment can be more damaging than a temporary white lie. Yeah, quite right. I mean, I suppose you could say that delaying a truth isn't the same as lying about it. Human beings aren't perfectly rational. People need emotional support, reassurance, and hope. Strict honesty can sometimes undermine those needs. What do you prefer? Hope or honesty? Well, I suppose if hope is built on lies, then you might prefer honesty, right? But still, people need emotional support, reassurance, and hope. How do you define, how do you understand the points in time in which people need honesty and they need support? Which can often be, truth cloaked in white lies, can't it? I mean, again, we're not islands here. We live in an interconnected society. If everyone went around just being brutally or painfully honest to one another, what kind of a society would that bring? And let's be honest, a lot of people's honesty are based on facts that just are not correct. There is a lot more subjectivity to the word truth than I think we want to admit. Again, we're not talking about facts here. A fact is a fact 100% of the time. A truth can change given further information, can it? I mean, it was once true that the Earth was flat until we discovered that it wasn't. It was once true that the stars rotated around the Earth until we discovered that it wasn't. What you say? Well, go on, Dan. You've got a
I don't think it works like that.
I mean, it does. I mean, a truth is only a truth until further information comes in, right? I mean, I suppose you could say the same about a fact, It was once a fact that the Earth was flat, according to we simple humans, until we discovered that it wasn't, Anyway, let's get into the cons. Because I'm spending too much time waxing lyrical here. Look at this. So 46% of people voted false today. So let's say that, that truths matter. This is where you're at, Dan, right? You're a con today.
Yes.
Reality doesn't disappear because it's uncomfortable. A painful truth allows people to make informed decisions, while a lie can leave them operating on false assumptions. Yeah. Suppose you could say that the truth can be delivered with tact and good timing where you can mitigate its harm, can't it? To be a truth teller, but to be somewhat more of an empathetic truth teller. Trust depends on honesty. Once people discover they've been lied to, even for good reasons, trust can be difficult to rebuild. Yeah, I think most people accept certain forms of harmless social dishonesty, don't they? I mean, there are certain, and we're going to cover this in the 100 Humans, there are places where we're expected to be dishonest. A poker game, negotiations, job interviews, first dates, performance review at work, when you're trying to sell something secondhand, or someone's throwing a surprise party for you. You expect people to be dishonest, I mean, it's not like lying is 100. See, there's the thing, with this moral absolutism that just drives me crazy. Lying bad. I can name thousands of ways people have lied today. Anyway. White lies can grow. Small deceptions often require additional deceptions to maintain, creating larger problems over time. Yeah, I mean, again, anything can escalate and grow and evolve and change, can't it? Many white lies are just isolated incidents and never escalate. Again, think about telling your kids about the existence of Santa Claus or the Tooth Fairy or Ratoncito Pérez or Los Reyes Magos. These are all little white lies. And we tell them in order to extend the magic of childhood for our kids. Sorry, yeah, Dan's showing me the 1 minute sign. I need to hurry up. Withholding or altering the truth can prevent others from making informed choices about their own lives. Growth often comes from discomfort. Honest feedback, though painful, can help people improve, adapt, and mature. I think if you've ever been in a position of giving feedback, you know that's not a very nuanced take. Quite often, feedback is better received and better understood and better acted upon when coated in sugar, and that's just a sad truth. I'm a person who gives feedback on a daily basis. All right, friends, I see a lot of interesting comments here in the chat, and I will get to those when we get back from the break. Of course, I will be posting a poll where people will educate Dan and I on your opinions. The poll will be: white lies are better than painful truths. Los mentiras piadosas son mejores que las verdades dolorosas. True or false? I'll see you in a few minutes. Hey guys, if you'd like to support the show, you can do so on Patreon. That's patreon.com/professional bohemian. There you'll find VODs of the episodes as they are recorded live, blogs, vlogs, and behind-the-scenes content. If you'd like to watch the show live, you can do so on twitch.tv/professional bohemian, and you can participate in the polls we use in the show on Instagram @professional bohemian or Twitter @ProBoh, PROBOH. Okay, on with the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. You're joining us live now at 9 a.m. Central European Time. This is the ProBoh Show. You're listening to me and Dan on this, the 22nd of June at 9 a.m. Good luck repeating that one, Dan. You're going to do it anyway. You don't care, do you?
No, I don't.
All right, friends. Ooh, sugar. Okay, I'm back. Oh, thank God I brought water into the studio instead of coffee today, Dan. Okay, sorry. I was shocked and awed by Dan's clear lack of caring about the repeats. Anyway, where were we? You still have 6 minutes to vote in the poll. A few of you have already, but not a very conclusive result so far. So please continue. What did you miss if you just tuned in? We were talking about the current situation with the heat here in southern Europe. For those international listeners, we broadcast from Madrid, Spain on Sunday. I think it was 37 degrees. I don't know what the weather is like today, actually. Oh, today it's going to get up to 38 degrees. Jeez Louise. At least according to my Google daily forecast here. It's currently 26, but it will get up to 38 by 4 o'clock. Oh my God, dude. And the rest of the week, much of the same. 38 on 38 on Tuesday, 37 high on Wednesday, before Thursday cooling off again. But it does beg the question, as this article from iNews states, end of summer holidays to Spain as temperatures could hit 50 degrees in the next decade. If you've been here as long as I have, you've seen things. I mean, look, Madrid has always been very hot. A desert climate, very cold in the winter, very hot in the summer. But the heat does seem to be starting earlier, and the winters do seem to be getting milder. Oof. Anyway, those of us that live here, we are probably used to this advice, but I'll say it to you nevertheless. Do stay hydrated, stay in the shade, especially if you have a solar panel instead of hair like me. And then we moved on to today's unpopular opinion, which is white lies are better than painful truths. A tough one today. I mean, there's a lot you can say about this. Like, white lies do feel a little paternalistic, don't they? Like, I need to protect you from an uncomfortable truth. But is that really the essence of it? I don't think all white lies are of the same shape. I'm saying that because I over the break was reading some comments and Carmen mentioned this, and I think it's an interesting point. In fact, without me editorializing, let's just get into some of the comments we got in the chat. Vero says, false. The truth always comes out sooner or later. Lies always hurt. There's a Spanish saying that goes, a liar is caught sooner than a lame man. Se pilla antes un mentiroso que un cojo. Yeah, I think in many ways we've become desensitized to a lot of lies. I mean, look at Donald Trump or Nigel Farage in the UK. You know what I mean? Deplorable liars. Yet they seem to act with impunity, don't they? I think the truth may come out, but by the time the truth has got its pants on, the lie is already at work. You know what I mean? It's and the repercussions seem to be very minimal now for people who are flexible with the truth. But those aren't white lies, are they? White lies are quite often just social norms. You know, I brought up the idea of Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy, or Los Reyes Magos and Ratoncito Perez. But then you also have, how are you doing today? Fine, thanks. Are you really fine? Probably not. If you're approaching my age, you're plagued by aches and pains that just suddenly appear in the morning. But, rather than, get bogged down in a conversation, no, I'm fine, thanks. White lie. Social convention. Isn't that better than a painful truth? How are you doing today? The world is in disarray, quite frankly, and my back hurts and my shoulder's painful today, and, it's too hot for me. I'm fine, thanks. Think of the two kind of introductions you could be giving to your work colleague when they ask how you are, and ask yourself which is better, a little white lie or a painful truth. Carmen Gonzalez says, our Carmen the artist, she says, actually lies have short feet. That's what they say. Although my take here is true. My conflict is, am I able to judge whether someone needs to be protected by being lied to, or am I simply being paternalistic? I think that's a really interesting question. Is your motivation to protect when giving a white lie? Do you think she loves me? I'm sure she loves you. Well, you know for a fact she doesn't. Is the problem me? No, it's not you. It's a cruel world. Actually, the problem is you. We've been paternalistic. Quite often, are we employing white lies just to maintain a status quo rather than tackling things head on? It's interesting, right? Bridge says, no, Rob, you're wrong. The earth is flat again, and it wasn't I who sat on it. And she says, really? They don't exist? No. The Ratoncito and the fairy, they both exist. So do the Three Kings and Santa Claus. That's for anyone traveling in a car with their parents right now. Mike says, most people who claim to be brutally honest use it as an excuse to be unnecessarily harsh. Yeah, I agree with that statement. The same kind of people who will bandy around the phrase that is the biggest marker of immaturity to me. That's the way I am, and I'm not going to change. Oh, really? Great. Good for you. You've reached peak you, have you? No more improvement to be done. I'm constantly plagued by the idea that I could be doing better. But you? No, you're perfect. Thanks. Great. I love that for you. Bridge says, depending on the intention, you might prefer the term mentirijilla. Is that right, Dan? Mentirijilla. Yeah, I'm not going to use that phrase or term, Bridge, because it is torture for a British mouth. I'll say mentira piadosa. Mentirijilla. Oh, no, I'm getting there. Mentirijilla. How's my pronunciation, Dan? Score of 1 to 10.
No, it's good.
Okay, thank you.
But I can believe that you are arguing against it when you are the one that always says, put your big boy pants.
Put your big boy pants on. Well, I haven't told you. I haven't told you or I haven't kind of really revealed my thoughts on this yet. I will get there. First, I don't want to tip the scales. Actually saying that, we've just gotten to the end of the poll right now. Thank you guys for voting. Let me first read some comments on Instagram, shall I? Most of the time, this is from Renato Silva, says, most of the time, yeah, not every truth needs to be delivered with maximum force. Yeesh. Yeah, I guess. But quite often, I don't think it's the force of the truth that causes upset. It's the truth itself, isn't it? I mean, I think we all operate under the assumption that we're doing things correctly. I don't know, we unnecessarily, we humans, adopt an us versus them mentality in all sorts of things, don't we? And quite often telling a painful truth can put you firmly in the them category, can't it? Even though it might be a kindness in your mind, it may not be received in that way. And I think quite often when we are employing the white lie, it's usually to mitigate some of, you're usually kind of making a value judgment on how a person's going to react to a certain piece of news. Would you agree with that, Dan?
Yes, maybe.
Yeah, you know, you're thinking, how is this person going to react? How are they going to react to this truth? Are they going to blow up? Is this going to cause an argument? Is it going to change anything? ¿Va a cambiar algo? No. Pues, ¿por qué meterme en líos entonces? You know? Is it going to change anything? Well, then why go through the effort? Why go through the pain? And of course, a lot of people don't make those mental gymnastics. But I'm a big believer in game theory, and you don't think of the next move, you think 2 or 3 moves ahead, don't you? Most of us do. We're not just blurting out uncomfortable truths like a uncontrolled fire hose. Most of us, you know, we act with a little bit more tact. I mean, that's most of us, not all of us. Some people are just unnecessarily harsh. Brooke says, I think people use "I'm just being honest" as an excuse to be unnecessarily cruel. Maybe they're incapable of reading the room. That could be a point as well. Do you have a phrase for reading the room, Dan, for that concept?
Entender la situación, maybe.
Entender la situación, yeah. Okay. To understand the situation which they're in, the people that they're talking to. Some people aren't capable of doing that. They're not capable of understanding the nuances, you know, what's acceptable and what's not. But then there are people out there who just find the truth somewhat uncomfortable, don't they? They find it uncomfortable. Don't say that to me, painful, don't like it. You know? Like, you think about the reactions to climate change. Think about the reactions to climate change. And you get, you know, or having to take a vaccine because there's a global pandemic going on. Think about a lot of those reactions. I mean, people quite often don't want to hear things. Think about when you ask for advice. 9 times out of 10, you're not asking for new information. You're asking for something to corroborate what you're already thinking and feeling, aren't you? And I think the truth, when it isn't necessarily aligned with the way of thinking of a certain group of people, they see it as an attack, whether it is or not. Yeah. Stefan, I'm not even going to attempt your surname, Stefan, but thank you. Kovacevic. Thank you for reaching out. Says, little kindness goes a long way. The truth and compassion aren't mutually exclusive. Yeah, but that's not the topic, is it? Stefan. I'm sorry, Dan. I know I am into alienating the people who write to me, but it's true.
You should have told white light.
Yeah. Oh, that's a brilliant point, Stefan. Thanks. It's not what we're talking about, because of course the truth and compassion are not mutually exclusive. But we are talking about those painful truths. And look, you can be as compassionate as you want, I think. And there are certain people out there who will see any kind of truth-telling as an attack. Right? As compassionate as you want to be. So the value judgment, the judgment you have to make is the truth worth this friendship or worth this social interaction going south? For me, and if you want to know my honest opinion, quite often, yeah, it is. I'd rather be hung for my own beliefs and for my own truth. I hate that, my own truth. For the truth. Than I would for, you know, just sitting there and accepting nonsense. Perhaps not the best way to conduct yourself, but that's where I'm at. Delphine says, I'd rather hear a difficult truth delivered gently than a white lie that creates bigger problems later. I don't know, Delphine, you're making a big leap there to assume that every white lie ends up in, the nuclear codes being put in the hands of a terrorist threat. That's not generally what happens. Most white lies, I think, are employed to protect feelings, not to harm them. I guess the consequences could go either way. I understand the point you're making. Thank you, Delphine. Vero says, and now I ask, if Jehovah's Witnesses can't lie, what do they tell their children about the three wise men, Santa Claus, the Tooth Fairy, and Ratoncito Perez? That's a great question. I would love to know the answer to that myself. I mean, strictly speaking, Vero, like no one in any organized religion should lie. Which is what makes this a fascinating little exercise, doesn't it? Because we all lie all the time. How you doing? Fine, thanks. I'm not. My clavicle hurts today. I don't know why. I slept badly. My shoulders ache. The fan was blowing on me all night, and I think I got a little bit of a cold. I'm fine, thanks. We all lie all the time. It doesn't make you a bad person. There are lies and there are lies. I mean, we know that, don't we? We know that. We rational people. We even have a name for it. Mentira piadosa. Or white lies. Or mentirijilla. Thank you, Bridge. I got there. I didn't even read it. Jehovah's Witnesses don't celebrate any of that, says the Bridge. No, but, well, I suppose the three wise men are very much placed inside of Catholicism. But Ratoncito Perez isn't. And Harry Potter is a book about witchcraft. So, I mean, I can't imagine most Christians being offended by the idea of Harry Potter. It's a work of fiction, after all. But it does glorify the dark arts. It's an interesting one. Like, there is a moral boundary that has to be crossed with lying, doesn't it? And I find that boundary fascinating because for each individual person, there is a place where that line is, and it's different for us all. And then when we take ourselves as institutional groups, that line changes again, and again when we consider government and the information that is spread to we as individuals. I don't know. I find it fascinating, this idea. But now, friends, it's time to see how you voted. So I said white lies, mentiras piadosas, are better than painful truths. White lies are better than painful truths. Los mentiras piadosas son mejores que las verdades dolorosas. And you guys said it was a 50-50 today, Dan. It was a 50-50. So here's where I'm at with this. I think the truth is worth saying all the time. But when I consider the how broad the scope is of white lies, I find it hard to say that the truth is always better. If I ask Dan, how are you doing this morning? And he gives me a 30-minute lecture on how poorly he sleeps in the heat. I'm gonna think to myself, why didn't he just lie? Just say fine, thanks, like I just did. Right though, Dan?
Yes.
If I'd have come in this morning and you'd have said, hey Rob, how's it going, as you usually do, and I'd have gone, oh Dan, my back hurts, or the mosquitoes in my house uncontrollable, I killed 3 this morning, my clavicle hurts so much today, my back, Rob, just say I'm fine, thanks, and move on. We all love the traditions around Christmas and around, even the weird, like, cultural blip that is losing a tooth and some mythical character exchanging it for money. We all like these little white lies, and we use them. They're quite useful in society. I mean, me as an individual, yeah, I value the truth I would rather be told the truth. You know, I would rather know the actual terrain on which I walk. But I would be remiss to say that I don't appreciate the importance of white lies to society. I think we'll leave Mike here with the last word. There are worse lies. Go to university and you'll get a great job. There you go. That's society telling a lie right there. A lie that used to be the truth. Yeah. So I'm happy with the 50-50 today. I think that's a pretty good split. But you know what Grandpa Bo would say about all this, right, friends? He'd say, guys, those are just opinions. And opinions, they're like buttholes. Everyone has one. They all stink, including Rob's. Let's move on to today's 100 Humans. Oh my God. It was a long walk to work today across snow-capped mountains and through river valleys, and on that walk I encountered 100 humans and I asked them all a question. Today's question was, name a situation where you are not expected to be honest. Nombra una situación en la que no se espera que seas completamente sincero. I asked them that question. They gave me their answers. I'm in possession of the top 7 answers right here. Your job in the audience is to identify those top 7 answers. A situation where you are not expected to be honest. Give us one, Dan.
While acting.
Oh, Dan. Dan, it's not there, but it should be. Good job, dude. Good job. That was maybe answer number 8. Acting, which is essentially just pretending for a living, isn't it? Big thank you to Jesus Sol, Emily, Juan Areo, Ivan GP, Ivan Samroff, MP Contel, Arancha Delgado, Carmen, and many, many others. All right. In fact, let's dive straight into our friends on Instagram, right? When talking to children about death, says Carmen. It's a good answer, but it's not there. Pwah, pwah, pwah. After having a not so satisfying sexy encounter. That's from Carmen as well. No, sweetheart, it was magical. Have you finished yet? Is it there? No, it's not. It should be though. Take it one... I tell you what, let me give you a clue, Carmen. Take it one step back from the sexy encounter. A situation that might end up in sex, might not. Where you're almost expected not to be 100% honest. Okay, Vero says surprise events, like a surprise party. Fiesta sorpresa. Is it there? Yes, it is, Vero. Well done. Vero in our audience there said surprise party, and it's the number 1 answer. Oh, the audience. A whole second wave of applause. Thanks there, Dan. Diplomatic politeness. Oof, diplomatic politeness. To be in diplomacy. Do you know what? I know Dan hates it when I do this, but I'm going to give it to you. Yeah, why the hell not? A negotiation, which is diplomacy, isn't it? Quite often. A negotiation. 17 of 100 humans. Negociación said that. Well done, it's there. Third most popular answer. All right. During a political campaign. Dude, that is exactly when we want people to be true. To be honest, sorry. We expect them to be honest on a political campaign. But yeah, the conceit is we know they're not being. Is during a political campaign there? No, it's not. Carmen says, after having a first date, primera cita, is it there? Yes, it is. Well done. First date is there. It's the 5th most popular answer. Well done. Mike also said a first date. Reassuring someone in distress or compliments. White lie compliments. Those are both good answers, but not there. Let's go back to our friends in Instagram. MP Contel said, job interviews. A job interview. Entrevista de trabajo. Is it there? Yes, it is. As we know, according to our CVs, everyone has a level B2 of English in Spain. Everyone. It's crazy. Let's continue. They're having a date, first date. Job interview, said Mike as well in the chat. Well done, well done. When someone asks if they are fat, says Ivan Samrov. In a judgment, I think he means juicio. In a court, maybe. It's a good answer, but not there. When talking about the people's looks, says Juan Arreo. Mia here says, when selling a second-hand item. I'm going to give it to her. It's not necessarily there. We have selling a car there. Selling a car. Venta de un coche, but as we all know, second-hand car salesmen have a terrible reputation. Not warranted, but terrible reputation. Hostage situation, says Emily. Christmas and Santa, she also says. Jesus Sol says, when I've cheated on a partner. Oh, I shouldn't have said that, should I? Poor Jesus Sol, getting him into a little trouble. Let's go through the list. Okay, I asked 100 humans, nombra una situación en la que no se espera que seas completamente sincero. A situation where you're not expected to be honest. In position number 7. Selling a car. Venta de un coche. In position number 6. 4 of 100 humans said a performance review. Evaluación de desempeño. A performance review. In position number 5, we had a first date, primera cita. In position number 4, a job interview, entrevista de trabajo, 11 of 100 humans. In position number 3, negociación, negotiation, 17 of 100 humans said that. In position number 2, you missed this one, partida de póker, a poker game. I would have accepted any board game, really, at Risk. When I'm playing Risk, don't trust a word comes out of my mouth. And finally, in position number 1, a surprise party. Thank you, guys. That's all we've got time for. See you this afternoon, and see you next time.